Every day I live sober. Back then, thoughts spoke to speak. I can't leave. Companion is angry. Haunted by who hates me most inside. Can't celebrate without panic without everything. Will, he's calling me an introvert. You don't see, is the heart, lost in anger. His trust in love. Wearing a noose and bullet. Every day I sleep. Gravity of thoughts. Speak. I could not the ones who haunt him. Love. Celebrate shame bullied unsatisfied. Let me hear. How else? Fail. I lost my center long. I burned. I buried the burn of the concept for will, with the pain kept coming heavy, felt agony.
April 29th, 2021. Something tells me all that I say to be wrong again and again. Inside my mind, I've tried to change. Something told me I can only be just me wrapped up in our web, chasing love, predatory. Let's dig a little, let's find the roots, find the seeds, bury the rotten fruit, feed the forest so we can breathe. The answers to our questions always come, just as in the 8th octave. And perfect pitch, in harmony, they go until we hear their echo. They will crash and they will flood. There is one simple truth that we all assume we know. We ride these waves of change. Watch the tide rise, then brace for the fall. The way we must believe reality must be and have those two eyes always. See, only one way, one wave that must change stand. Feet planted and committed to that belief, the waves will come just as they have done, for as long as we have been taught to watch and wait. Brace harder, be stronger. Until then, next time we meet with the rising tide.
February 11, 2021. I'm no quitter, bet your ass. I did surrender. No choice. To defeat slumber. No more one player. External separation. Living the nightmare. Inside is pieces of me are being prepared as an introduction to the colors of my soul. We will circle the drain over and over again, as many times as it may take. Collect the software and the pain pay for. Experience. Gain the walking wisdom. Time in this place, it makes best seem weak eventually. We all into the dark. Into the darkness, we fall. Say so, come to sleep stuck on recycling. Repeat.
Today, I spent most of streaming in silence to say, I am mourning darkness. I thank you, you're relentless. Tabs to you, as I lay you to rest. As enemy, opposition, reflection, and accept. All parts of me I have no doubt you played out every human shame and pain and blame there's been during your reign. From behind the scene, wordy, indifference absent absent, mercy omnipotent, such a worthy opponent, collective enemy, the source of compassion and these seed, foundation, and to unity community communication and passion, on the doorstep of compassion. How many fathers, mothers, sisters, brothers, exiled from comfort, from the zone of hate chasing love, from the storms of seeking peace, from the elevated position, as of looked down to the mountains, and up to the valleys. I shall not fear, you know the judgment, up there, of your embodiments. Well, it might take lifetimes to find the adequate frequency that plays a create depiction of appreciation. To those counter your intuition, to those counter your production. This is a creation, aged and exported, all in perfect time, at the source decor, at the oneness, in the heart space. Dear me, dear my dear yourself, I appreciate the welcome home. Seems I was the only one without a clue, blaming you. The truth, the greatest adventure, tragedy and merciless beast.
2:33 p.m. No warmth of touch alone inside, just familiar smell and tasting fear. Every day more voices sing songs to me if he's laughing, cry, beggar, pray. My heart played with no fear of breaking, till I came face to face fear with pride. 8. Heartache. My inner catechism spilled out into the world, and fear began to fear the quiet one. Thoughts could be quantum theory, or demons, wanting to eat. We're fighting against those who want theirs. I felt the childhood accent, empty and confused by the burning inside. The darkness under my skin, with the bones, are supposed to protect by way of a skeleton. The heart space, with enough pain, the bricks and stone, build and fortify the greenhouse around my heart space. How can emptiness feel so heavy, and it fixed and asphyxiating?
August 30th, 2021. How is a great leader defined? What makes a leader? Define great. What do those that follow a leader say? How does a leader become one to any? Hey, Greek leader will only tell a story of which they lived, or intend not to show strength, pride or to win, but to speak and share what is authentic. Leaders who led from the front are only those described in fiction. Great leaders will always lead from behind, knowing that's the only place to see. Foresight.
I heard the shadow ask me, look beyond your eyes there. You will see how to begin. Listening, your ears do not hear the answers you are all looking for. Whether you go be there, because it is there that you are. What is the message? I sing my intentions, my theme. When I first heard the words, they came to me, just before a dream. Stuck on repeat, kept me from sleeping. How could I have ever known my expressiveness, that was thought to be my downfall, would be the reason I made it out my excessiveness, was more than just a weakness or a character flaw. On addiction to adrenaline was never a circumstantial was the weapon. I was born with my utility to rise. After the fall, I am the prize my reason to live. After the eternal days of working, crowds of and long nights spent with the stars in silent communication, I now demonstrate and walk the sound from heel toe. In these stillness, my soundtrack to life.
Legacy. I used to believe I knew what type of legacy I would be happy to leave behind me, mostly that mistakes are okay, meant to be made, embraced and respected, not shamed and shunned. Beyond the shame and being shunned is what makes a mistake a golden crown. If no one ever paid the ferryman would simply move on. Mistakes are all there is to create. Change is all there is to become aware of. Nothing ends, just begins again. On a larger tolerance for pain, a greater communication in frequency, and more enthusiasm and more perspective to integrate mistakes. Open minds. Mistakes provide for the wisdom oversee ignorance. I used to believe I knew what type of man to be. I used to believe strength came by way of suffering, but the legacy comes from the tolerance of the pain and the tunneling through to the other side of our own heart space, darkness and suffering. Now, I can see the truth hides underneath. Now, I can see true freedom comes from forgiving and making the mindless enemy a friend with the body. Unite the divide inside, led with the heart, bridge the gap, build it you home, sweet home, at the source in the core, below the treasure chest, and they will come. We all have it within us to love beyond conditions. All we see, all we know, all we've been taught from the outside is from 51 perspective of conditional love, from unconditional, the core source.
2:59 p.m. June 22nd, 2021. Lady Venus helps with downloads and understanding. My strength, truth being revealed, deep insights from heaven and astral realm. Helps with sign, symbols, guidance, high-pitched noises, flickers of light, sense of being, visited in sleep, reoccurring downloads from heaven. Spend time in contemplation to know what universe is capable of holding. Soul-centered information that will help me and others reach new levels of understanding.